is just 26 points behind Annie Thorisdottir.
One last test, 6-minute time cap. Do not expect these ladies to need it.
We're starting with 3 Parallette handstand push-ups into 5 kettlebell deadlifts. Tia-Claire Toomey has one of the highest finishing places in an event like this from 2 years ago that got her first second place position. Cara Webb wasn't really there because of what happened to her in Murph that year. So we don't know how well Cara can handle this movement.
But your points leader, Tia-Claire Toomey, finds herself in 8th. Cara Webb in 7th after round number 1 because Jamie Green leads the way. Her name highlighted in blue as the heat leader. Everybody else will be in red. The minus number showing how far they are behind the field. The entire field is virtually within a rep of each other. Annie Thorisdottir on the left. Tia-Claire Toomey in the middle in white and red. Cara Webb in the blue tank top. Also in the center, Sarah Sigmundsdottir is leading that 4-person battle in points as she's upside down in the yellow tank top.
2 races on the floor. Tia-Claire Toomey versus Cara Webb is ahead of her currently as they are getting advanced in the reps. The other races between that 3rd place position. On the far left, you have Annie Thorisdottir. Far right, you have Sigmundsdottir. This was an event that dismantled her from that top place position 2 years ago.
Cara Webb back down to the ground. Annie Thorisdottir will move away from the wall. She is now out in front in terms of these 4 athletes fighting for 3 podium positions, including the number 1 spot. Tia-Claire Toomey moves ahead of Cara Webb, and she's getting a couple of reps in that interval between her and Cara.
This is the final round of kettlebell deadlifts. You have 124 pounds in each hand, 13 repetitions. This race is going to come down to that 90-foot overhead walking lunge.
Annie Thorisdottir, first one through the 3-round portion of the event as Tia-Claire Toomey is trying to hold off Cara Webb. They are within 1 rep of each other. Thorisdottir making her way on the lunge. Sarah Sigmundsdottir is 2 lanes below her in yellow and blue in 2nd place. In lane number 3 is Davidsdottir. The 3 Icelandic daughters leading the way with your points leader, Tia-Claire Toomey in 4th. She has the 6-point advantage over Cara Webb. As long as Tia finishes ahead of Cara and has a finish of 16th or better, she clinches the title. Annie Thorisdottir trying to hold on to a podium position. She drops the kettlebells. Sarah Sigmundsdottir looking like she wants to go unbroken, and Davidsdottir might give her some help. Tia-Claire Toomey in the background sets the kettlebells down. Cara Webb is still moving with hers. Sigmundsdottir trying to go unbroken, 5 feet away. Will she get the help to pass Annie Thorisdottir for 3rd in the points positions? She gets 100 points to help her out. An event win for Sarah Sigmundsdottir. Annie Thorisdottir right behind. She will be on the podium. Now, who will have the number 1 spot? Tia-Claire Toomey, 6 points ahead of Cara Webb entering the event. She just needs to finish ahead of Cara. 5 feet remains. 1 year ago, Tia-Claire Toomey, the first person to be an Olympian and a Games athlete in the same year. She's struggling to finish it up. Cara Webb right behind her. Can Tia still hang on? They are neck and neck at the line to the podium. Cara legs are out. Oh my goodness, what a finish! $19 hundredths of a second. There are more times that will be a factor in this race. The only thing we know, Annie Thorisdottir ties Rich Froning for the most amount of podium finishes by an individual athlete in Games history at 5. Wow.
The last thing Tia-Claire Toomey wants to do is sit on the side of the podium again and wait for the math to get done before it gets announced at what place she finishes in.
1 year ago, It was the Aussie, Aussie, Aussie chants against the thunderclap from the Icelandic contingent. This year, the weight will be dueling Aussie, Aussie, Aussie chants, as they'll be 1-2, but we wait and see which Australian walks away with Australia's first Games title. Either way, Cara Webb can lose the title of being the best CrossFitter to never step on the podium. She's there, finally. Welcome to the new era of the CrossFit Games as we begin in Madison.
Sarah Sigmundsdottir, after all of that, we forget that she just took the event ahead of Annie Thorisdottir, but what she needed to do was to win and have Annie finish in at least 7. Annie took matters into her own hands, finished second in the event to give her her first podium finished in 3 years. And Tia, who had one step left to go, could not lock it out, had to back up. And just below her, Cara Webb, who needed to beat her to have a shot at winning the CrossFit Games, edged her out by just 1/10 of a second.
This is an absolutely fitting finish to the weekend of women's competition. For Tia-Clair Toomey, she hasn't been outside of the top 2 all weekend long. Cara Webb, she needed 7 consecutive top 10 finishes to move from the middle of the pack after event number 4 to find herself possibly on the top step of the podium. Sarah Sigmundsdottir takes event number 13 for her first win of the weekend. She'll be just shy of stepping on the podium for the 3rd straight year. Annie Thorisdottir will have that honor 5 seconds slower. Brooke Wells rounds out the top 3. Katrin Davidsdottir and Carrie Pierce round out the top 5 on our unofficial times. We have an announcement. Let's go to the floor. And the director of the games, Dave Castro.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 fittest woman alive is from Australia. Your 2017 Reebok CrossFit Games champion is Tia-Clair Toomey!
One year ago, Tia-Clair Toomey was the first ever to be an Olympian and a Games athlete in the same year. This time, 1 year later, she's the first ever Australian Games champion. She never sat lower than second all weekend long, and it still came down to one position.
2 years ago, getting second place was a surprise. Last year, second place ended in tears. This year ends in tears of joy. Claire Toomey. What an amazing performance. What a race we have. Cara Webb on the podium. She has been trying so hard. She has gone through so much, from a neck injury that messed with the nerves in her shoulder to nearly dying on the competition floor after Murph 2 years ago. Think of everything she's overcome to get here. Getting a second place finish. Unbelievable performance by Cara Webb.
Speak about this being the new era. How about the two-time defending champion being the second person to congratulate Claire Toomey, your 2017 fittest woman on earth.